There is nothing wrong with coasting alone, as long as you're in good company.
Just pulled up outside my grand's. I'm gonna go in and see me dad because he's had a keyhole surgery, so I'm gonna go and see him and just see how he's doing. It is fucking hot today, 19 degrees, and I've decided to come out in a bloody brown jumper. You couldn't write this life, you know. Anyway, I've just had a lush catch up with Georgia. I feel like I haven't seen her in ages, but I have seen her, but I just feel like I haven't. Well, I haven't actually. I've been to Tenerife and then I've been to Manchester, so it's been like over 2-3 weeks since I've seen her, and that does feel a lot because our friendship's a little bit more, we cling on to each other a bit more than that. We usually see each other a bit more than that. But anyway, gonna go into Grand's, see Dad. I need to do a food shop because we've got bugger all in, and I've not been to Herons in a while, so I'm gonna go to Herons. Me and Georgia were just having a good talk about, like, we've both got big things going on this year, and we're just having a talk about how just everything in life, basically, how we've both got really exciting things happening this year, and hopefully me and Georgia are going to get on a little trip together this year as well. That would be really nice. But yeah, it's just a really exciting year for both, and we're just having a good natter about it, a good catch up, which I think is really nice. I ended up just showing Georgia a picture of me tits as well, and I'm not really sure how that happened, but anyway, we're talking about the breast reduction surgery, and to be honest, nobody seen my boobs. And I remember saying this years ago where I said, like, I'm dead self-conscious, and someone was like, but you're posting your bra and underwear. Your bra really changes the shape of your tits. Like, my tits especially are really saggy and sandbaggy, so a bra really gives them a lift, and I don't feel so bad in a bra, so I don't care people seeing me in a bra. But if you were to see me like sandbag tits, I'm a little bit like, oh. Anyway, I showed my mum them for the first time a few weeks ago because obviously I was getting the surgery. My mum was like, well, let us see them, let us see her before. So I was like, right, okay, they're not going to be my tits in a few months, so you can have a look. And I showed her them and she was like, oh, they are big, aren't they? And I was like, Nisha, Andrea, that's why I want them off, you know. I want to be able to see the nip. I don't want it to be looking at the floor. It's not good for anyone if it's looking at the floor. And then anyway, me and Georgia were talking, and I said to her, have you ever seen like a big boob? Like, because they're so different, like your nipple's completely different, like it's just a big difference. And she was like, I don't know if I have. And I was like, I'll just show you mine. So just showed her a picture of me tits. But I've got a group chat with my friends. So it's weird because my friendship group, we're not a group. It's like my individual friends, but I'm really close to them all, like probably equivalent close to them all. But we're all on the chat together because I was asking them about like going out and making it, like we're doing a few date things, and a few of them have met. I think April hasn't met any of them, or she might have briefly met them, but a few, like all my friends basically like are like, I met them at different points. They're like separate, they don't know each other, but they do know each other through me, kind of thing. Like that's the type of friendship. So I feel like they all need to say RIP to the titties. So I think on Thursday night, just before I go for the surgery, I'll put me before in there and we'll just be like, can we all say RIP? Because the girlies are going, they're going to look a bit different, you know. I should have got a cake saying RIP tits, shouldn't I? I didn't think. That would have been a good move. RIP to the tits you used to be. Your days are over. Baby, they're over. I decided that they were not for me. Baby, it's over. Your days are over. Right, I need to go in and see. I'm just distracting myself because I'm just a girl in the world. Does anybody else get omelette from the Chinese, or is it just
only the feral?
Just the feral, like Natalie? She's being judged in the group chat for this choice. A mushroom and pea omelette. Jess says she's the only one with a proper traditional
chow mein with curry sauce, and they're your chips to be fair, but
okay. I went for barbecue chips, noodles, seaweed, and I don't know what you will think about this.
What is it?
Onion ring.
You can't say nothing. You can't say
What's
nothing.
going on here? Onion rings and barbecue. Chinese? No.
This is disgusting. Your face when I opened it, you were like...
Like, I like onion rings and I like barbecue, but if you're ordering from a Chinese, do you not think it's like...
But yeah, but what's the tradition? I do sometimes go for curry.
I say barbecue sauce is like something that you'd have on like a, I don't know,
They're
like a
Cantonese.
burger or, I don't know.
But is that Cantonese or barbecue?
No, it's just barbecue. But you get barbecue spare ribs at a Chinese. So
I didn't think of that.
put your little faces in, less judgment. And seaweed's traditional, isn't it?
Traditional, I don't know.
But it's not seaweed though, is it?
No, it's crispy cabbage.
Oh.
I think.
Is that kale?
Is it kale? I thought it was cabbage.
I don't know.
Is you trying? No. Will it be nut safe? Or don't know.
But we did get something for free.
We did get chicken free, but they left George's. Who's George?
Georgia couldn't come.
They left George. Jess did have another order and she had prawn crackers, but they didn't send them. So anyway,
Devastated.
you can comment whose dish you'd most likely have. Well, the reason why I invited the girls over is to go RIP to the titties because I get them off on Friday and it's currently Monday, so I thought we needed to celebrate Chinese, and we've all just showed each other our tits, so we've had a really fun night.
A really intimate evening.
Really intimate. Natalie was, because Natalie's, you don't mind us saying that?
No.
You do. Right. Natalie's had a boob reduction, so hers are really good to look at because like that's like my expectation, you know. And I showed them mine before, obviously, just so they could have a look. And Jess showed her naturally perky ones. So I'm like, okay, well, rub it in, love. I rub it in. But yeah, so we've just showed our tits off to each other. Now we're eating Chinese, and I think that's a good night, girls.
A few hours later.
I've just had my bath, and I've had to drench my hair in tonic, like my scalp tonic from Superdrug, because I really, really regret getting them plaits in Tenerife, because ever since I got them, my scalp has been havoc. It has flaked, and the gel that you put in the like French braids or the plaits to basically like keep them tight and in place, I cannot get it out my hair. I have washed, I have scrubbed, I have exfoliated, and my hair does not feel the same. So I would not recommend, and I probably wouldn't ever do it again, because I feel like my hair is just absolutely minging and my scalp is triggered. And then someone else did comment on a TikTok as well saying like the hygiene, like because they probably don't wash their brushes and stuff after every person, and I'm just like, why didn't I think of that? That is actually disgusting. So I've actually booked myself in tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah, tomorrow morning I'm going to get a what do you call it, one of them like head spa exfoliant things, because I'm hoping they'll have like a better exfoliant and they can get all the shit out my hair, because my scalp is killing. And with surgery being on Friday, and I really want to try and sort this scalp out because it's the least of the issues I need when I'm going in to get the tits chopped off. So I've booked myself in for one of these head massage deep exfoliant scalp things, and I'm really hoping that it gets rid of all the crap out my hair. And I wouldn't recommend getting one of the braids when you're away, because I mean, if you've got not like a non-sensitive scalp, probably great, but I should have thought about it and realised my scalp is sensitive and I shouldn't have done it. Anyway, I've just had my bath, I've just been prepping, cleaning some stuff. I've also booked myself in. Call us lazy, call us what you want, I really don't care, but I've got loads of work stuff that I need to pre-film for obviously my recovery period in April. So I I've been filming non-stop this week, and it's a busy week for work, and I've got loads I need to get done. So I've booked myself in a deep house clean on Thursday, which I'm actually really excited for, because I've never had my house properly deep cleaned. I have had house cleans before, but it's been like the 2-hour spring ones when I've been away from home, or I've been in London or something and I haven't been at home and I've not been able to keep on top of it. I have then booked in for cleans, but I thought, you know what? It's the week of my surgery, probably one of the biggest weeks of my life. Like, I'm so excited. I want to just treat myself to a deep clean. So I'm getting the house deep cleaned, and I'm really excited. I just think it's going to be mint. I'm getting that done. That's booked in on Thursday, the day before my surgery, so I'll just have a nice fresh house to come back to, and I cannot bloody wait. I'm thinking, do I go and do a late night Asda shop? I really want some of my Alpro Greek yogurt. I've ran out of it, and I wouldn't mind some other bits and bobs. I did the shop in Herons today, but they didn't have loads of vegan stuff in, to be fair. Didn't have any yogurt, and I love that yogurt so much. So I'm thinking on going to get some of that yogurt. Anyway, I had such a lush night with Natalie and Jess. And you know, right, I've got like 6 best friends. Well, there's 6 of us. There's 6 of us in the group chat. I've got 5 like best friends. Obviously, I have other friends who I'm close to, but they either don't live very close and I don't see them a lot. But like the girls that I see regularly and contact regularly, there's like 5 of them. And Jess and Natalie are obviously 2 of them. And it's so funny because like they're all so different, but like they're all just my people that would just clicked so well, and they've all been like offering to do stuff like while I'm obviously in recovery, and they're just, I feel, and I know I've said this in vlogs recently time and time again, but I feel the luckiest person alive with my friends recently, and I just want them all to know that, and I know they do because I'm a soppy bitch and I put it in the group chat, but like I just love them so much. And it's just like Natalie's like, obviously she'll probably be the one that tells us I need to grow the fuck up when I'm whinging of the pain, because she's already been through it, so she can really be like, Demi, shut up, get a grip, move on. So she's going to be the one that like keeps us like, yeah, you're okay, you're fine, you've got this, because I'm dramatic, she's not, she sailed through it, and she's the one that's going to be like keeping us right, keeping us in place. Georgia's already like said, I can do anything for you, and I'm like, Georgia would be the one probably to walk the dogs, because she already looks after a friend's dog, and I'm like, Georgia could walk the dogs if I needed, because I've been told I won't be able to walk the dogs for a while in case they pull your arm and it like pulls your stitch or something. So I would probably nominate Georgia as my dog walker. April is definitely going to be my chef. If I can't cook anything and I'm not happy with the choices Sean puts on the menu, I'm going to be like, April, can you cook us some food? Because she is actually a trained chef and she's a baker, and I'm going to make her feel sorry for us, so she brings us lots of nice treats. But I also want to eat healthy during the recovery period, because if I put weight on in the 6 weeks, I'll be absolutely livid with myself, because obviously I've been working hard to lose the weight. So I'm going to have to get April to whack us up a good salad, a acai bowl, maybe like a healthy flapjack. April doesn't know any of this yet, but this is what her rules are going to be. I'm just proper, like, what do you call it? I'm like, what's it? Like, dragging it out, zoning in. I'm really taking advantage of the girls this next month. I'm like, girls, I need all your skills. Who we got after that? Jess. Jess is going to be me driver, actually. Jess is good driving. She can take us for coffee to the coffee shops when I want to go and I'm craving a Starbucks. Hi Jess, can we go and get Starbucks? Yeah, I'll come and get you. That'll be Jess, because we'll just go and get Starbucks. Oh, I'm actually a matcha girly these days though, so we'll just go and get coffee and she'll have to drive us around. Jodie's going to be my emotional support, because Jodie's really like good at like talking about things and she's dead emotional. So if I'm having a right whinge, Jodie will whinge with us, but she'll be a good chatty whingy comforter. So Jodie's going to be my emotional support. They're all going to be my emotional support, because you know they're all great at that, but they're their dedicated roles. I'm just basically telling you in this vlog, because when they watch this vlog, 'cause I think they all watch my videos. I know April does, Natalie does, Jodie doesn't always, I don't think. Maybe I'll have to text Jodie and tell her she's dedicated emotional support. Jess does, I think. Jess should. I watch hers, so like, Jess, come on. Georgia, I don't know if she watches them all, but Georgia definitely comments on vlogs here and there. So Georgia, she could say this, Georgia, you're my dedicated dog walker. So that's the girls' rules, and then I'll owe them one big time. So next time when they need me, I'll owe them a job. What am I good at? What am I in the friendship? I'm really, I listen. I'm not always good at advice, I don't think, because I find it hard to give advice, because I'm worried if I give you the wrong advice and something happens, then am I responsible? I don't know. But I do listen. I'm a good listener, I think. I do talk a lot though as well. I could talk. If you're going through a depressive moment, I can probably like talk so much that you forget about the shit that's going on in your life. I do talk a lot. I can walk dogs any day, so if they need us to walk a dog, I can repay that. I can never repay April with the cooking, because I cannot cook to save my life. Plus she wouldn't even eat anything that I cook, because she thinks it's absolutely atrocious. The other day I sent her a picture and it was potato waffles in a tin of tinned tomatoes on the top. And now I wouldn't eat that now. That actually does make us feel disgusting. And I don't know why I ate that, but I did eat that when we first moved into the house, because this was like a memory photo that cropped up. And I was like, what is that? I don't know why I ate that. So April, like, you can bully us for that because that is actually disgusting. I can take them all for drives if they ever need, and we need to go and get coffee and have a good emotional chat. I'm a girl for that. Always up for that. Carpool karaoke, I am the girl for that. But yeah, I just have such an amazing friend group. And if you were talking to me this time, probably like 3-4 years ago, I didn't have this support around us. But you know what? This is the thing as well, right? I feel personally, I'm like, I don't want to talk too much about it. I don't want to get emotional. Like, it gets boring. People will think you're weird. But why is it weird to show emotion and show appreciation for the things you have? And like, I think like it is a bit cringe. Like, oh, I don't. I think it's actually nice. And when someone actually tells me how much they appreciate me or the friendship or the relationship they have with us, I love that. And to be honest, right, if I'm being like completely honest, I'm the type of person that I do try and tell people what they mean to us and how much I appreciate them, simply because I just think I don't want to ever have to be saying it when they're not here and wish that I could have said things to them. And I feel like I am an emotional person and I will tell people how they feel. But on the same instance, if somebody does us wrong or annoys us or treats us like rubbish, then I will be the first person to not speak to them, because I'm like, I feel like you owe us an apology, or like we need to discuss this, or like I will hold a grudge. But if you're in my life and we have a close relationship, I do like to tell people what they mean. And I know that is a bit cringe to some people and it's probably too much to some people, but like, honestly, if you're in my life and I love you and I appreciate you, I want you to know that. Anyway, we've rambled on. I was meant to just be giving you a quick update, but I got emotional again. Do I go Asda? I think I need to go Asda. I want to go Asda. I want the yogurt. I'm craving the yogurt. I'm craving it. I do want yogurt. I'm thinking that's the only thing I want is that bloody yogurt. And I know I'll end up getting more because it's inevitable. I ain't going to go Asda and just get the yogurt, am I? I'll probably go Asda and cry because they don't have the exact yogurt I want. Because it's got to be the Greek. It's got to be the thick one. I don't like the other ones because they're too runny. I like the thick Greek yogurt. Decisions. I should actually get my grandma some of that yogurt and take it over at her house because she makes the best yogurt cake. And when I went vegan, she started making it like a vegan recipe and it's beautiful. And I feel like that yogurt in the yogurt cake would be divine. I need to get her to teach us how to make it actually. One other thing has happened to me like this in my lifetime, and it was the scariest thing ever, and something has just happened again and I don't know what to make of it. And this might seem stupid to some other people, right, but I drove into the car park and parked behind me was a Peugeot 107. That was my first ever car in bright yellow, and every time I see one I do a little smile. And I just happened to glance at the reg, and it was my exact first car. It was the reg that I had. It was my first car. And I looked at the reg and I was like, how's this? Because when I sold it to the garage, they basically told me it was going down the ditch. They were just getting rid of it. But anyway, they ended up keeping it and they ended up putting signs on it to advertise the garage and stuff. And I seen it driving around after that. And then I never seen it. And I thought, oh, it must have completely died. Well, they must have fixed it and it kept on going. That makes us a little bit sad because I did actually want to keep that car till its death. It was a very special car to me. And I wanted to keep it till its death. But I guess, you know, for a garage to do it up, it wasn't going to cost them half as what it would have cost me labour-wise. But I always said I wanted to keep that car till the day it died. Like, that was a special car to me. Anyway, the car was behind us. It was my reg, and I panicked, and then I can't even tell you. I thought I was having a moment of this isn't real. The person that got out of the car was the carbon copy, identical copy of my brother from the back, and all I could see was from the back because he was walking into Asda. But how? 1 o'clock in the morning? Who comes to Asda at 1 o'clock in the morning? Me, clearly him. In the car that I used to own, my first ever car, and he looks identical from behind to my brother. His face looked like my brother. It did. It looked like my brother. And I had to speak to him. I had to check that this was actually real. So I went up to him. This is the clip. Sorry, can I be an absolute creep? You know your car? That's my first car.
Is it?
And I saw it look the double of my brother, and it's just weird. It's so bizarre. I seen you get out of the car and I looked at the reg and I was like, that's my first car.
Same car, genuinely.
NL098.
That's so
And
strange.
you're the double of my brother, and I just seen it and I was like, how weird that?
That is so
Sorry
weird.
for being
No,
a
it's
creep.
all right,
I
it's
just
all
found
right.
it so bizarre.
I do the same.
I am so sorry if you come across this video and I have creeped you out to the max tonight, because you're probably thinking, what the fuck, you weirdo. But honestly, I've never felt, I'm getting chills. And the only other, this isn't like, at first I was like, is it a ghost? Is it like my brother in my car, man, envisioning this? Like, this doesn't seem real. This man was very much real, or I hope to fucking God he was real, because I was standing as they're talking to him, and I've got a video, I've got a picture of the car. I did take a video of him from behind. I'm so sorry. I know that that's creepy, but this was a moment that I had to show my mum, okay? And I know it's a bit weird, and I am so sorry to this person, but it was just a moment of like, what the actual hell is happening? Why is my first ever car, I've only owned 2 cars, that car and this car that I'm sitting in, and I get sentimental about things. I wanted to run that car to the ground, but I'm also quite glad to see that she's still alive, to be honest, and he's loving her. And I used to call her Daphne, and I hope you've given her a new name, and if you haven't, please continue her name and call her Daphne. But I went up to him and I said, I'm sorry, this is so weird, and I know this is weird. And I told him the story that he probably didn't care about. And I'm just absolutely baffled. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I've tried to ring my mum. She doesn't want to hear it. She's in bed snoozing. I only come out for some Alpro Greek yogurt, and I just feel like I'm baffled. But I got the yogurt. I did treat myself to a drizzly peanut butter, and I also treated myself to these because I seen them a rose strawberry. I am baffled. I am so baffled. Anyway, everyone, I told everyone about my situation in Asda, and I know to some people they might not think it's bizarre. It's just like coincidences, but to me it was just too many coincidences in one time, and I was just like, what? Anyway, that's going to end this video. Thank you so much for watching it. I really hope you enjoyed it, and I hope life is treating you all very, very well, and I'll see you very shortly for another one. Bye.